my mic even set up? It is. Good. Now let's check my earbuds. They are put away. I thought I left them out like a moron once again. And yes, that happens. ADD really is a fun thing. Some people have been saying, nah, it's not that funny. It's not that funny. And I go, he's got a point. Okay, turn off the TV, the audio for the TV, so then I can actually let the Vision Dragon sleep because they need sleep. Coopin will not be happy if I decide to set it off right now. She will look at me with the death stare and then pull out the big butcher knife and stab me. She'll stab me like 12 times. She'll rip my hands to pieces. She's got some very dangerous claws. They're violent and stuff. Someone will be like, what the hell is Cap? And I'm like, she's the one back there. Booger Butt is over there. He's a pain in my ass. If you ever want to know why he's called Booger Butt, it's because he had hornworms. And he ate it. It was too big for him. And he was sticking out his ass. And he had to go. And he's like, it hurt, Father, that hurt. And I go, I know. I still had to take it out. Because you couldn't poop it out. He had a little bit of bleed. He had a little bit of a bleed. So I stopped giving him all the hornworms. Like, you don't get no hornworms anymore. I'm not gonna buy no hornworms no more for Captain either. Till Booger Butt's bigger. Once he's bigger, Captain gets hornworms, and he gets hornworms, instead of there being jealousy upon the hornworms. Take a look at that. Does Insomniac Games still exist? Not Insomnia. Does Insomniac Games still exist? Yes, Insomniac still exists and is actively developing games including Marvel Wolverine for PS5, and it's owned by Sony. I wish these publishers weren't owned by other companies. Because that's annoying. It's like, yo, we can't make a game because we have to do it by Sony. And it's like, let Sony die, let Xbox die, let it go all to PC, and have PC just make its own consoles. So people who don't want to pay for PC, which are stupid people, should actually be able to buy the PC. Yeah, that's what I'm going to stick with. People may disagree, but I don't care. Why? Because I actually like my games. I do like the PlayStation 2, but I do not like the PlayStation 3. I don't like the PS4 because that crashed like 20 times on me where I had to reset the thing 20 times. And it's annoying when it does that. Am I clicking? What's going on? New game. Oh, that's okay. The one at the bottom was me testing it to find out which one had what.
Ha ha! My Blargian Snagglebeast devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, what are you doing?
Check and mate.
What? That's cheating!
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that last 2 turns. Ooh, it is on again.
Your luck is extraordinary, sir. But do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I would not know, Maximilian. I never lose.
There is a first time for everything. Agent Clank!
If only he could actually it'd be really easy.
You missed! So much for the famous secret agent.
Shocking. Bring the car around, Jeeves. And mind the ejector seat this time.
Stay tuned for more Secret Agent Clank.
No.
That was terrific.
Yeah, great. Change the channel.
Yeah, it'd be on
But the man said to stay tuned.
He's like, screw you.
We continue our live coverage from Veldon. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked without warning by a terrifying alien race known as the Tyrannoids. Officials believe that an evil robotic supervillain known as Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the Tyrannoid attack. As you can see, the Galactic Rangers are putting up a valiant fight, but they are no match for these tentacle-eyed terrors. Indeed, this backwater planet may be completely destroyed in a matter of hours. Darla Gratch, Channel 64 News.
How does she survive?
We're going home.
But Veldon is in the Solana galaxy. Oh no, not the gravimetric warp drive. The untested gravimetric warp drive. The one you built from Bloggian scrap metal.
Coming?
We are doomed.
You were saying?
I stand corrected.
Not standing.
I just hope we're not too late.
Pissed if I had to do a plane mission or a shooting thing right away. Like, I don't recall
Greetings, Client 91802, and welcome back to the Solana Galaxy.
These must be the Galactic Rangers.
Hey, look! It's a new sergeant!
Huh?
Hey, Sarge, you can have my gun. There's too many of them! We're all gonna die!
Press circle to fire your shock blaster.
The shock blaster! Die from my blaster! You sons of bitches! You can't handle my power!
Hey, look at that, it's awesome.
Am I glad to see you, Sarge? We're pinned down by that enemy vehicle. Somebody's gotta take it out.
Let me guess. That somebody is me.
You gotta volunteer! Here, Sarge, take this! We'll cover you!
volunteer.
From back there!
Try using the nitro launcher against that vehicle.
I can't wait till the rest of it. Get up.
To select weapons, hold triangle and select an icon with the left analog stick. Hold L1 to precisely target your weapon. threat level has increased.
What's the situation?
The Noids have fallen back to a base in F sector. We have orders to go in and take them out. F sector? No way. Game over, man. We're all gonna end up as scrap metal.
Get back in there, trooper. We've got a planet to save.
Sir, yes, sir.
I like how we just step on it, like, we're taking over. Oh, yeah. You're like, okay, down. Smooth sailing.
I'm afraid of heights.
Pause. Group. What the fuck is this? Lemon blueberry. Goddamn. It just goddamn blueberry. It always comes back. It's a medicine. It's a medication. Because I find out where I put the lighter. I put it back here. I did. Where did I put? Did not go over here, did I? No, it's falling. Must be over here. There it is. Oops, it's stuck. Do you want to build a snowman? I don't know the rest. I need 5 boats, and then I can have that. 4 boats for that. Ew. 5 boats. See, that doesn't look as cool as the one before. In Go Commando. I would like to do that. I would like to do that. No. Dread Zone. Literally the next game. No. No. What, that's all of them? Oh, it tells you where it is. Florida. So wait, what was the thing, Florida? Stay squeaky clean. What the hell does that mean?
Stay frosty, people! The Noids could be hiding anywhere! Tyrannoids! The doors have opened! Look out!
To strafe, hold down L2 or R2 while running.
Destroy that vehicle! Sir, we have a transmission from the president!
How are things on the front lines, soldier? Is that secret agent Clank?
Greetings, sir. We're here to help.
Well, this is an honor, and I see you brought your chauffeur along.
What? No. Hold on a second, sir.
Agent Clank, we must stop Dr. Nefarious. As you may know, only one man has ever faced him and survived. I've just received a top secret report on that man's whereabouts. Here, take a look.
On tonight's episode of Nature's Mysteries, we examine the Florana tree beast. Deep in the dense growth of Florana's Jambu forest lives a mysterious creature. Or maybe he doesn't. It's one of Nature's Mysteries!
I seen him run right through our camping site. He was buck naked, screaming and holding a banana. Or maybe it weren't a banana. It could be.
One of Nature's Mysteries! Legend tells that this mysterious creature is actually one of the greatest superheroes who ever lived. Shamed by his recent past, he is now one of Nature's Mysteries! Tune in and find out the answers.
We need you to find this man. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Are you sure this is the guy you're looking for, Mr. President? Yeah, he seems like kind of a, wacko.
You may be right, but he's the best chance we've got. I know you boys won't let me down.
You can count on us, sir.
Let me think.
To throw your whip, hold R1 and press circle. Your controller can be configured with multiple button maps, including a map that places the fire command on R1. To change to a different button map, press Start, then enter the Options menu and select Controls. The The jackpot crate multiplies all bolts and experience gained for a limited time. You can reverse the camera controls in the options menu. To perform a high jump, hold R1 and press X. You can climb a ladder by jumping onto it and pressing X until you reach the top. Your armor and wrench attack have been greatly increased for a limited time. To jump between walls, jump, then press X in midair while next to a wall.
Okay, let me try to see what this is. Up your arsenal, stay squeaky clean. Path of death, avoiding all damage, the most difficult section is. Okay.
To select weapon.
Just click this button right here.
Your weapon has upgraded. Weapons upgrade automatically when they're used frequently.
Ratchet, we have company.
Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Behind you.
Very funny. You having a good time?
You trespass on sacred ground. Now you walk path of death.
But, sir,
Path of death.
To center the camera, tap L1.
Not
I'm not expecting
be.
them also.
Okay, we walked your path of death. Now, tell us what you know about Dr. Nefarious.
Huh?
Dr. Nefarious! They say you're the only man to ever beat him.
Huh?
Jeez, this guy's even dumber than...
Captain Quark?
Yeah, Captain Quark. That's it, Quark. You've had this coming for a long time.
he is.
To strafe.
So, Quark has completely lost his mind. Now what?
Just keep the mask on. He thinks you are his new leader.
Great.
Incoming call.
This is Captain Sasha of the Starship Phoenix. The President has asked me to assist you.
Hi.
I see you have located Captain Quark.
Yeah, we got him, but, well, he thinks he's a monkey.
Of course. Bring him to the Phoenix and we'll see what we can do. Sasha out.
Look at that, Clank. This ship is amazing.
Welcome aboard the Phoenix, gentlemen.
Next game is mine.
Whoa.
Impressive, isn't she? The Phoenix is the pride of the galactic fleet. She's equipped with the latest technology. Holodeck training suite, auto vendors for armor and weapons, virtual firing range, starfighter upgrade system, even a Gadgetron VG-9000 game system.
A VG-9000?
Of course. With a Mavix Fireball Pro controller, VR headset, and a zero-G dance pad attachment.
Will you marry me?
Well, you've obviously had an exhausting trip. Why don't you stop by your quarters? We prepared a custom living area for Quark, so he won't get in your way. Come meet me on the bridge when you're ready.
To view the world map, press Select or R3.
Welcome to the Phoenix Trophy Room. Whenever a crew member is awarded a Medal of Honor, it is displayed here.
How'd she get my trophy? How'd she get my trophy?
I'm sorry, that area is restricted. You don't have access yet. These are your quarters. I set up the VG-9000 to play vid comic discs.
Banana drops. Dude, they're just beatings on the back.
How do you think he got like this?
Well, the life of an intergalactic superhero can be very stressful.
Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope for stopping Nefarious? We're hosed.
This is the VG-9000 game system. If you have a vid comic, you could play it here. Great. Meet me on the bridge. This is the Phoenix VR deck. Here you can train in combat simulations or practice using new gadgets.
circle to charge up the shock blaster for a more powerful attack. The infector fires nanovirus globules that infect enemies on contact. Infected enemies will attack and infect other enemies until the infection wears off. Enemies hit by the infector will continue taking damage until the infection wears off. Hitting an enemy with multiple infector shots will make the infection last longer.
actually wasn't that hard. We've completed all of that just in a matter of moments. It's super easy.
This is our onboard Gadgetron armor vendor. We'll notify you whenever a new suit of armor is available for purchase.
10 days.